Hey up, I'm Guy Kesterman, the Tester Man, and today I'm hugely privileged to be at Pashley Cycles here in Stratford-on-Avon with Andy Smallwood, the CEO. That we're going to take a tour of the factory with Andy as part one of a whole series of build videos leading up to me finishing off with a complete Roadfinder X bike based on this frame here. But this is just a super rare opportunity for me to take this bike build process, because I do a lot of these bike builds. I'm very lucky to do these bike builds, and there's always a lot of interest in them in the channel, but this is the first time I've ever had the opportunity to literally take you from raw tube sets coming in right through the processing of those tubes, the fabrication of the bikes, the shot blasting, the painting, and then the complete assembly. So this is going to be an absolutely fascinating journey, and one that takes us from properly, ground zero of traditional bike manufacturing and some interesting technological stuff as well. So, without further ado, as Chris from Downtime Podcast would say, let's go back to Andy. And where are we going first, Andy?
So I think we're going to show you the whole process of what it takes for us to build a frame. So we're going to start with machining. Okay.
So, Andy, I believe we're about to go through where the magic of the Pashley starts to happen.
Yes, the journey starts here. Come this way.
That proper construction smell just hits you straight away, doesn't it?
There's that oily kind of machining smell. Something's definitely happening here. Just keep the door closed because we don't want contaminants getting into the atmosphere out there.
And this is your raw tubing stock here, then?
Yes, this is where the journey starts. So so we generally get tubing comes in 4 metre lengths. A lot of it is Reynolds tubing, sourced locally, obviously based in Birmingham. Most of our consumer product has Reynolds tubing in it, or it's other locally sourced or carefully sourced tubing for other local manufacturers if it's something for a more cargo specific product. But yeah, consumers generally Reynolds. And 4 metre lengths, and then Martin here, he works in the machine shop. He'll cut it down, shape it, form it, and essentially get an Airfix kit in a box for our fabrication guys.
So all your drilling and everything in your mitring and stuff is all done in-house?
Yeah, all happens here, yeah.
Bending and shaping, that kind of thing?
Yeah, bending, shaping. I mean, some of the mandrels there, they've been here for 80 years, and they form the chain stays in the same way they have done for many, many years, and we still just do it in very much the traditional way.
And you can see there's actually parts of frame in a box there. There's a head tube, there's a down tube there. Yeah, I'm guessing that's for a utility bike.
So this is actually for one of our new Pathfinders electric bike.
Ah, okay.
So this is a Reynolds 725 down tube. So it comes in like I say, in a 4 metre length. We cut it to size, we mitre it, cut in all the slots, everything, all the cable routing holes.
So that's that pipe down there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and becomes that.
Becomes that. Yeah.
And so sounds like you're working very closely with Reynolds.
Yes, we are. Yeah. Had them for many years, and we even more so from a product development point of view now, as well as we look to our new range.
Yeah.
So things like.
And haven't Pashley been kind of responsible for bringing some tube sets and alloys back into business, as it were, for Reynolds that they would otherwise be discontinuing?
Well, I think we're kind of responsible for bringing back Reynolds 531. I think,
which is a fair old claim, isn't it? I mean, that's the iconic tube set.
Yeah,
so what did that come back for?
Well, it came back for we started to use it in more and more of our. We're looking for a lighter weight steel tube for our consumer product.
Yeah.
And Reynolds 531 fit the bill nicely, and due to the heritage of our product range, and it fits nicely. It's a very well regarded.
So the tube set that won the Battle of Britain. Nearly ended up in the scrapyard. Yeah. And you bought it back. And Pashley were involved in kind of the rebirth of Brooks as well. Isn't that right?
Yeah. So
back in the history. I mean, again, another local company with huge heritage in the cycle industry.
Yeah. We had a very strong relationship with Brooks for many, many years, and and we had this shared ownership of with Pashley and Brooks over the years, and. Yeah, we've certainly had a very strong relationship with them over the years, and been part of their history.
That's something we'll be revisiting again later in the build video series, I think.
Yeah.
So this is where Martin.
Yep.
Over there. Morning, Martin. This isn't CNC, is it? This is proper good handcrafted So how long you be working at Reynolds?
Pashley.
Sorry, Pashley. How long you been working at Pashley?
15 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of these machines have been working at Pashley
Well, yeah.
a lot longer.
Yeah.
Classic old Bridgeport there. Grand.
Yeah,
Right. So next step is?
Yeah, well, so every bike comes here and you end up with a tube set. And so Martin machines it, where it's head tube, seat stays, chain stays.
So even things
bottom
like
bracket.
head tubes and stuff are made here.
Elements that, we buy in head tube, but
Right,
then
okay.
we'll generally cut it to size.
Right,
and
I see,
we'll
yeah.
drill it, we'll put any holes in it, needs to be in it. Bottom bracket stays exactly the same. So buy shell and threaded and
Yeah.
hole cut in as required. Yeah, the
Okay.
tubes here,
Yeah.
cut size, formed, and
Yeah.
as required for the specific product that it's going to go onto. Thank you. And then, and also, I mean, we'll talk about this in a bit more detail later. But when it comes to the kit of parts for a frame, let's put this back here. We're also now doing a lot more 3D printing. So this is for one of our Roadfinder products.
Yeah,
So,
like that. So that's right up to date.
Yeah, so it's all,
But still with that lovely
yeah,
Pashley monogram on the back
yeah,
of it
exactly.
there.
Yeah. So it's taking modern, ultra kind of modern, cutting edge manufacturer, and kind of still keeping a bit of a nod to the heritage within it, but ultimately makes a really, really nice product.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and
yeah.
that's where you're going with the brand, as far as I can tell.
I think it's that really nice blend of cutting edge manufacturing with old school kind of
Heritage.
heritage manufacturing processes.
and knowledge.
Knowledge, and combine it into a product which is just absolutely beautiful. I think
Yeah.
that's really what we're doing.
Because there's a beauty, there's a lovely calm.
Yeah,
And just that sense of things being made here. I sound like one of them TV presenters now, but there really is. You just walk in this room, you walk in the whole factory, and you just immediately feel this is a place where things get done.
Well, yeah. So when I first walked in, the hairs on my arm stood up because I kind of walked in and you get that smell and that kind of feel and the essence of something's been done here. And there's a beauty to it, and it's lovely.
Yeah, because you've worked at some big bike companies.
Over the years, I have,
Yeah, and what's Pashley, 30 employees now?
We're
around that?
about 22, 23 employees.
Okay.
Yeah, across the business. And I've manufactured bikes all around the world, and but there's something about
it's
here.
like it's a high proportion of export that you do, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's right now. It's probably about a 60-40 split UK versus international.
Right.
Yeah. So it does. The brand travels well, and I think there's around the world people appreciate the handcrafted British product. So.
And then when you can add the high tech on top.
Yeah, and the product we're making now, like I say, it's got, like I said, with 3D printing, we're trying to create a structure like that not only looks really nice when it's put into a bicycle, but
Because that is the modern look.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
That used to be handmade, and
Exactly.
You go. I can remember even in my youth going through like catalogues of handmade lugs and Nervex and things like that, and file pointed and stuff like that.
Yeah, but trying to manufacture this in a conventional kind of forging or in a casting kind of way would be nigh on impossible.
Yeah, especially in the UK.
Yeah, and particularly with internal structures as well. So this enables us to make a product which is very different, but also has some really key kind of benefits as well to the product. And it's all designed in house as well. So that's a stainless steel
Wow.
that we
That's
silver
lovely,
solder
isn't it?
into our Roadfinder product.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every single little part, even down to cable routing guide.
Wow.
That's internal cable routing guide. It's 3D printed stainless.
That is the revolution.
Yeah,
that is the frame building revolution right there.
It is, yeah.
Not just little plastic parts
No.
or just making do with what you can get stock.
No, not at all.
That's
no.
proper.
It kind of all starts here. And,
It's custom for the 21st century, isn't it?
well, yeah, exactly. And the beauty of 3D printing is that when you talk about custom, the reality, we can build a custom frame. Whereas if you've got conventional lugs, then that lug will be forged and there'll be an MOQ and it will take time, etc. And if you're going to redesign the frame or you change an angle here, an angle there, that lug's got to change.
Yeah.
And you've got to then go through the whole forging process or casting process. But with 3D printing, it's just you tweak it on the CAD, and we do that internally in-house.
And that follows in the history. I mean, Pashley have done some very innovative things that probably people don't know about. I mean, your bikes were some of the first to be lugless. to be welded. I mean, we're talking about utility bikes as well here. I was reading up coming down, well, Brian was reading up coming down, about, they were the first people to use hydraulic brakes.
Yes.
On some of the tricycles you built.
Yeah.
For the utility market. So it's not, I think people have this kind of, maybe they have this vision of Pashley as post office bikes and traditional, bikes with baskets on.
Yeah.
But actually, within that, there's a real strong, theme of innovation. And doing things in a way that's meant you are still here.
Yeah, the business.
In your 99th year.
Yeah, we've always been very innovative, and it may not be innovative in ways that you probably wouldn't have even noticed or seen as bikes that people ride every day that are Pashleys.
In a very sort of English, quiet and understated way.
Yeah, exactly. We don't shout about it, but there's a lot of innovation that goes on here. We've got a really strong design team, and we've developed some products which are genuinely cutting edge and world class.
Right. Fascinating to see the next step of the construction. So when you say handmade in Stratford-on-Avon, you're not just talking about assembling them here, are you? You're
definitely not.
Talking about properly hand-built bikes right here in England.
Yes. So when Martin's finished what he does, there'll be a box of tubes. So essentially, as you said, an air-fix kit of tubes ready to build a bike, and then it moves into assembly, into fabrication. And then for fabrication, this is where all the tubes are put together, and we make a beautiful handcrafted British frame.
Yeah. So fabrication, frame building.
Yeah. Frame building.
Yeah.
So across frame building, we have multiple different types of fabrication. So right away from conventional, traditional brazing, which is usually used in lugs and tubes, all the way through to TIG, MIG, and also silver soldering as well. All depends on the type of product that it is and what the requirements are for that product.
Yeah. I mean, that's more princesses than you see at a royal wedding right there, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So traditional Pashley princess. Yeah. Brazed using a lugged construction and done exactly the same way as it has been for many, many years. All done here. Yeah.
So that's the classic traditional steel construction method there.
Absolutely right.
And again, great juxtaposition with what we're seeing with those 3D laser printed stainless steel pieces as well.
Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely,
Where it's applicable, use the right method.
Yeah, even down to Mark here, he's fabricating a tricycle at the moment, so a children's tricycle. We manufacture our own racks here as well. So all of our Porter racks, they're all manufactured here.
What bike does that appear on? It's it's an all-round.
Yeah, all-round.
It's what's become classic sort of handmade bicycle show bike now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
almost. But and there's the finished Trikes there.
Yes, do it all here. Yep, finished Trikes.
A flock of robins.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you make all your own forks as well?
Yeah, forks. Yeah. Or through to heavy-duty cargo bikes. So these will be Pashley couriers, which will be going to anywhere like an oil refinery or somebody uses heavy-duty bikes for moving stuff around the site.
Right. Okay.
That's all done here as well. So
because you used to do all the post office bikes, didn't they?
We did, yeah.
Before they decided bikes were dangerous.
Well, yeah. So we did, many, many years we did post office bikes.
Yeah.
So millions and millions of miles, all done on Pashley bikes. So very well proven. That product still exists. Yeah. So we still sell that product.
Yeah.
To multiple different industrial partners around the world. So it's a very well proven bike. It's bomb-proof.
So this is actually the frame kit for the Roadfinder.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the bike we're going to be building up.
That's right. Yeah. Everything's in here. All the tubes. So Martin's cut them to size. He's mitered them, cut the slots in them. He's already put the drilled holes in them. Michael's already got the bosses on for the cable routing for bottles as well. This is a seat tube. You've got the cable routing there for the Di2.
Yeah.
You've got the front mount mounts, and then you've got the seat tube. Because
there's a lot of bolts on it.
There's a lot of bolts. Yeah.
Like 23 or something.
Well, a modern Roadfinder frame with all the mounts for luggage, bottles, and everything else. There's a lot of them on our frame.
Yeah.
Bottom bracket shell ready to go. Already stamped with the frame number on it.
Yeah. And that's the T47.
T47. Yeah. 3D printed parts. All finished, ready to go.
That is, it genuinely is just a proper bicycle airfix kit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
With that same excitement of like Christmas Eve going, I'm going to get the kit. I'm going to get the kit.
Yeah. So everything ready to go. So stays, everything all ready to go.
Yeah. So it's 853 main tubes.
Tubes are all 853.
And then the rest is whatever steel is applicable.
Yes.
They don't do an 853 stay set, do they? They never have.
Generally, yeah, Reynolds 853. But we were then kind of cherry picked then from the Reynolds catalogue, or there's some tubes which we do ourselves with our own butting, own forming as well. So yeah, it's a combination of tubing, but generally 853 is our go-to tube set.
Fantastic.
So next stage in the process is shot blast. So as soon as the frames come through fabrication, what we do is we shot blast it to get rid of all the impurities on the frame and to give it a nice smooth finish ready for painting. So what shot blast does, it turns it from this in its raw state into this in its shot blasted state, ready for painting.
Yeah, and you can see that slight finish on the surface there. I guess that improves adhesion as well.
Absolutely right, yeah, it does. So what are you doing now, Pete?
Masking up threads, places where we don't want too much paint to disappear to or shot to disappear to.
You make a lot of princesses, don't you?
You make a lot of
princesses. Are we just in a big batch of princesses?
Yeah, well, it's just princesses at the moment, yeah. So today is Princess Day.
Right, well there you go, that's why you invited me. Now here's a proper dyeing craft in the UK, still going strong at Pashley. Hand-laid coach lining on every mudguard. Another proper tradition.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's like dry stone walling, but with bike making.
Yeah, it is.
This is fantastic, Andy.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving this. This is the Lodestar, which is the industrial bike.
Very, very heavy duty, yeah.
And you're saying you have these like oil refineries and all sorts of places?
Yeah, all sorts of places have these. Anywhere where you need to move things around a large site, and particularly an oil refinery where you can't have anything that's going to cause a spark. So bicycles, non-electric bicycles, absolutely perfect for that.
Yeah.
Because they're really safe in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for years.
Huh. Fascinating. So we've seen the bikes, literally come in as tubes.
Yeah.
We've seen them be formed into the bike airfix kit. We've seen it being shot blasted. We've seen it being powder coated. We've seen them being baked. And now this is where they actually all get assembled into the complete bikes.
Yeah. Yeah, so every bike's assembled here. It's one bike to one mechanic. So it's everything by hand. And yeah, they'll assemble everything from here, all the way from a Pashley Princess to a heavy duty Lodestar, all the way through to a high-end Roadfinder with full Campagnola Super Record group set on it. Everything's done here, one bike to one mechanic, and yeah, a real pride, real attention to detail, and and
a real pride in the product, I'd imagine, as well.
Absolutely right.
Because that's the thing that really it just seems like a wonderful atmosphere to work in. Sometimes I come in a place with a camera, and quite unsurprisingly, you're just like, oh, I am being a right pain in the arse, and just like getting in people's way, and you're just a bit of an imposition. But you can just get the sense that people are really, really proud to be here, and they're really happy showing you sort of parts of the process that they're working on, and that's just fantastic.
Absolutely right. And we use a genuine pride and a genuine passion for what we do here. We manufacture very nice, beautiful bikes, and we've been doing it for many, many years, and we'll do it for many, many years to come.
Because that was the Pashley tagline, wasn't it? It was like, we make the best bikes it was in Birmingham then. Birmingham makes the best bikes in the world, and Pashley makes the best bikes in Birmingham.
Yeah, well, I think
that was like a Rafe's original mission statement, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I've been in the bike industry for many, many years, and I think the quality of product that we're actually manufacturing here is genuinely world class.
Yeah. But with that wonderful story behind it as well.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's sustainable. I mean, Sasha was telling me, even like rejoin the welding and brazing rods.
Yeah.
Just to make sure there's no wastage there.
Yeah.
And because it's all nearly as much as possible as being done locally, again.
Yeah, there's very
massively reduces the footprint.
Absolutely, yeah. Very few air miles in our products.
Because there are companies using Reynolds tubes that are shipping the Reynolds tubes from the UK to Taiwan and the Far East to get them manufactured, and then shipping the frames back here to build up.
Yeah.
Which just seems a bit nonsensical.
Yeah.
When you're literally just getting them from up the road.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have a nice kind of network of manufacturers that assemble components, etc., as locally as possible around the Midlands that we utilise, and it's a very, very tight network of partners.
Yeah. Well, look, massive thanks for showing us around. And now we're on to phase 2, which is having a look at the Roadfinder frame, which I'm getting built up. and then we'll do some more parts build on that, and then a final grand reveal with a very interesting component setup coming up on that. So massive thanks for talking us through part 1, Andy, and thanks for sharing your time. Thanks to all the Pashley team for having us here. And yeah, make sure, do all the usual, subscribe. Actually, I should probably talk to this is where I talk to the camera myself, isn't it? So yeah, massive thanks to Andy and all the team here at Pashley for making us feel so welcome. And you do the click, subscribe, like thing. If you really want to support what I do on the channel, join on Patreon via that link. But for now, that's part 1. That's the factory tour. And now it's time for this. I mean, it's a huge privilege, this. Literally having a bike put together where it's been born from a tube set. So make sure you tune in and click that button for part 2 of this. My Pashley Roadfinder X adventure. Cheers, Andy.
Thanks, Guy.
That seems inappropriate. Seems inappropriate when I'm doing a fist bump. that's the kind of 3D printed laser printed thing. But I think it needs a handshake. It's a proper English handshake. Thank you, Andy.